have you ever felt flushed while struggling to flush your toilet? Well, I'm so glad you joined us today on Toilet Talk, the show that gives you great information on how to make your potty pretty and a potty that will help you stay at home for a lifetime. My name is Maria Lindbergh. I'm an occupational therapist. And I am the owner of Stay at Home Solutions and Hard Time Wiping. So you've probably never even thought about your toilet flush handle. That's probably something that's totally in the background. You never even thought about. But since I have to work with a lot of people in their homes, in the hospital, in rehab centers, I have noticed that the toilet handle really does make a difference on your ability to go to the bathroom by yourself. I mean, think about it. If you're somebody, as we all get older, if you're having back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, it can be more difficult to turn and twist and get a hold of the handle. So I'm just going to talk about some toilet handles, starting with my own. So please come on a little closer. I'm going to just move the camera down a bit, and then you can see. So my toilet brand is Vortens, V-O-R-T-E-N-S. I have a lever style handle, which is actually the easiest kind of handle that you want to flush the toilet. In fact, the longer the arm, the easier it is to flush. I mean, think about your physics class when you were in school. Having a longer lever means you are using less force to push down on the toilet. So you can use your fingers, you can use several of the pads of your fingers, your palm, you can use your forearm, your elbow. In fact, one of my favorite moves, if you're having a hard time twisting your back, is using your elbow to just push down and flush the toilet. There she goes. So that can be really helpful if you're in public. I'm somebody who I try not to touch a lot of different surfaces in public restrooms. So I like to get my foot up there and use my foot on the toilet handle to flush the toilet. So having levers are incredibly great. Now, I do want to tell a story. You may think like, oh, Maria, that's most toilets. And you're totally right. If you saw my Instagram stories today, you saw I showed a whole bunch of toilets with different brands from a big box store. And most of the toilet flush handles were levers. But the thing that I've also had experience with is those toilets that have different types of levers, that have like buttons that are installed like on the top. In fact, what happened with my very own grandmother, I know I've told this story before about my dear mother getting her a certain type of toilet that was much too tall for my petite grandmother, but what happened was that toilet also had buttons on the top. So for my grandmother, not only did she have a difficult time like twisting her back or, turning to the side to flush it, it was also very difficult how the buttons were. They were pretty much like level on the toilet tank. And so it was actually really hard for her to push down with her poor arthritic fingers and actually flush the toilet. So that's something that you may want to consider when you're purchasing a toilet for your lifetime bathroom, is what kind of handle on the toilet is going to make it so I'll be able to flush it no matter what comes my way, no matter if it's back pain or arthritis or, stroke or anything like that. Heaven forbid, what kind of toilet handle is going to help me best? And really the most economical and the easiest is a lever kind of handle on your toilet. So also the placement of the handle on the toilet makes a big difference too. So this, on my toilet, you can see that the flush handle is right on the front. So when I sit here, it's actually really easy for me to put my elbow back and push down on it with my elbow. But let's say, for instance, I'm going to show you a picture here, so please bear with me on my laptop. Here we go. So it's kind of hard to tell, but on this toilet, the lever is on the side. So if I were to try to flush that in the same kind of way, it would actually be a little bit more difficult since the handle is more on the back side of the toilet. Now, that may be a good spot for you if you're somebody who has room next to the toilet and maybe you want to stand up and then walk to the side of the toilet and flush it that way. That's completely fine. But just keep that in consideration for your toilet in the future. I also wanted to show there are, nothing against buttons for toilets. I think they're actually great. If you have like this kind of situation where you have a toilet that has buttons on the wall, as you can see, this is a wall mounted toilet. So actually the toilet tank is inside of the wall, and you can either push these two buttons depending if you go number 1 or number 2. And you can choose, and that can actually be pretty easy to push as well. If you have that movement in your arm, you could probably stay seated and hit it in the back, or you could stand up, turn around, and then push whichever button with your hand, with your fingers, with even a now I messed with my set design here. But anyway, you could use a plunger or something, something close by, a stick to even flush the toilet with. So there's lots of different options with those buttons on the wall too. I also want to say for those toilets that do, so this kind of toilet was what I was describing to you that my grandma had. Some of these toilets that are coming out though, the buttons are actually raised and they're not so much flush, flush with the toilet tank. The flush is flush with the toilet tank. Anyway, some of the buttons are more like concave against the toilet, so they're raised, and so that does make it easier to find where you need to go and push down on the toilet. So there's just some things for you to consider there. By the way, all of these pictures are from Unsplash, so I got them for free if you are interested in looking up toilet pictures. But I also wanted to show you some really funny, so if you go shopping online and let's say you go into Google and you type like toilet flush handles, you are going to find such a wide variety. So this is the great part where you can select a toilet handle that fits the aesthetic of your bathroom or whatever you want. This is what I love about aging in place or living at home for a lifetime is you can choose toilet handles that not only look beautiful to you, but they actually help you do the things you need and want to do for a long time, for a lifetime. So we talked about how lever handle toilets are the most economical and the easiest way for you to flush the toilet for most people. But of course, if you're unsure, please reach out to an occupational therapist or a home safety consultant to figure out which toilet flush handle works best for you. But anyway, I just wanted to show some really funny. So I like the first two. You've got kind of like the silver, almost chrome-like polish here. You've got it in gold. Look, but they even have this little froggy toilet flush handle, which is so funny. That one actually looks harder to flush, so I wouldn't really recommend it. But what my point here is that you can find a bunch of different lever style handles that fit within your budget, but also match to fit the look of your bathroom. So I'm telling you, you could find, like in my bathroom, I'd probably go for an oil bronze rubbed bronze. I can never get that name right. But I would probably go for that on my toilet because that is the look of my bathroom where I have that rubbed bronze oil. Anyway, yeah, so you can find it any kind of different brands. If you are, here I'm going to show this to you. Look at that. If you want a more, this says it's a Victorian style lever, or maybe you're wanting something that's like a little bit more modern, that I've kind of seen that matte black look in a lot of bathrooms lately. That's kind of trending. So you can find whatever to fit your needs. So that's just kind of my point today. It's, don't worry about making a bathroom that looks like a nursing home or a hospital. There are always ways to make a beautiful bathroom that you could live in for a lifetime. So if you have any questions, or if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure if this type of toilet handle will work for me, please message me. I'm so happy to look, send me your pictures or the links or whatever. In fact, I want you to go ahead and send me a picture of your toilet handle to me, and I would so appreciate that. I'm curious to know, what kind of toilet handles do people have? I don't like the really short handles, lever handles. Those are like kind of knobby, and those are very difficult to flush, but usually the long lever handles are good for a majority of people. So let me know, tell me your stories. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. You can find me at Hard Time Wiping. These IG lives, or the Toilet Talk on IG Live, you can find more episodes on IGTV. You can also find these videos on virtualcare.com. That's virtual care with a K. And I also have a great course. If you're having a hard time wiping, or you know somebody who does, please head on over to hardtimewiping.com and check out my course there, where you can learn toilet techniques and 4 different options to clean up your booty easier. So please like and follow me. I will see you next Tuesday. I have a very special guest, Gretchen Kingma. Her Instagram handle is the homegirl GK. Yeah, so you need to check her out. She's going to be joining me next week. We're going to be talking about handheld shower heads. So I am incredibly excited to show you the one that I have set up. So can't wait for that. All right, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for watching Toilet Talk, and I will see you next Tuesday. Have a great rest of your day.